On China, look, what India seeks with China is what every country around the world has wanted from China. We want to benefit from China's economic growth. There is no different aspiration in New Delhi. If there was a simple way of benefiting from China's economic growth, having fair trade, having open and transparent arrangements for transfer of innovation and knowledge and creating value together and building industries and businesses together, infrastructure together, we would jump. We want a deep economic engagement with China. But as many of us have seen, economic integration with China comes with political consequences. You have to find ways of responding to the encroachments that we see alongside all Chinese economic activities. Political encroachments, challenging sovereignty, changing history, rewriting facts on the ground, the islands in the South China Sea, right? We see a political muscularity accompanying Chinese economic embrace. So the only way you will deal with China, and that's been my line for a while, is to find that impossible space where you can give them a warm economic embrace and exude tough political muscularity. Be tough and be warm. At the same time, we are all trying to find that space where we can exhibit both these virtues, but that is the only way you can deal with China, right? So I suspect that we are going to have continued ebbs and flows with China over the next decade. I'm not going to write off the possibility of having a couple of other incidents like we did a few years ago in the coming 5 to 6 years, which I believe are the years when the asymmetry between us is at the peak. In the 2030s, that will change. We will have sufficient capabilities to make Chinese adventurism costly, and we will be sufficiently big to excite them with the economic possibility.
When do you date this?
Early 2030s. When we reach $7 to $8 trillion, we become an exciting opportunity. By the way, I think their assessment of India has started to change already. So we are not the $2 trillion India, we are the $5 trillion India. It's going to become different by the time we reach 8 to 9. But even if it doesn't, we would be able to achieve capabilities to do to them what the Chinese did to the Americans in the middle of the last decade, to make adventurism costly. Everyone has been very careful with their China pronouncements, China activities. Now you announce your freedom of navigation operations weeks in advance. Earlier you used to believe it was your pond. In some sense, that the approach of many of the countries has really changed because of the deterrence and defense capabilities China has built in. And I think as a $7 to $8 trillion economy, when your budgets grow and you can invest in those capabilities and technology platforms and develop your indigenous solutions, you will see a change of approach.
Let me ask you a question on this. How critical, and I know we're going to talk about Russia too, but how critical is the United States to India's ability to develop you say indigenous capabilities, but how, up until recently, we were seeing some pretty, transformative agreements between the U.S. and India in the military and technology space. Is that relationship critical to India getting where it wants to be when it comes to deterring China?
Answer is yes and no. Yes, the India-US relationship is absolutely vital if we want to accelerate and fast-track this process of where we want to be. No, because eventually it is a do-it-yourself world, and we will have to build our capabilities ourselves. Partnerships matter up to a point, and beyond that, it will have to be national industries, national capabilities, national policies, national, approaches to responding to the Chinese propositions.